Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to another Wild Rift video, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys the ultimate beginner's guide to Sett. I'm going to warn you however, Sett is not an easy champion. There are timestamps in the description if you just want to skip around, the video if you want to see certain things, but again, I'm going to warn you, I'm going to be giving you a lot of crazy combos in this video. So first of all, we're going to start with the abilities. So how do his abilities work? His passive has two parts. The first part is he attacks with his left hand and then with his right hand. Sounds simple, right? As you can see, boom, boom. So first thing you need to understand about this is the right hand deals more damage. So you don't just want to be trading with the left hand generally. Like you don't want to walk in, trade, and then walk out. This is not how Sett works. So the first thing is if you trade with Sett, boom, boom. Very important. This is a very important fundamental. You have to do it. Second thing to understand is the range. Take a look at the range of my left hand. Boom. Now take a look at the range of my right hand. It's bigger. Oh, as you can see, it runs out. You see, the range gets bigger for the right hand. Boom, boom. So if you don't hit the enemy after your left punch, after 2 seconds, it's not going to be a right punch anymore. So, you have to hit the right punch pretty fast. Within 2 seconds, boom, boom. Another thing to understand is you get insane attack speed for your right punch. So boom, boom. And then for your next attack, as you can see, it takes a while again. So boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. You see the pattern here, right? Like the whole idea is behind boom, boom, like doing that burst damage. He's not really a sustained damage champion, as you can see, because you see, he doesn't really deal a lot of damage over time, but he does deal a lot of burst damage. So the other part to understand about Sett's passive, as you can see, Sett gains 2 health regeneration for each 5% missing health. This is obviously useless in the late game, right? Like in the late game, you have 3,500 HP. Who cares about 2 health regeneration per 5% missing HP? But in the early game, this is big. When you're laning and you're pretty low with Sett, this is gonna get you to a high amount of HP very fast. Like it's basically like Garen's passive, but it's actually even stronger in the early game than Garen's passive. So this passive allows you to heal back up from a low amount of HP. And it's stronger in the early game than it is in the late game. Now let's take a look at the first ability. There is a lot of text, but I'm going to make it simple for you. First thing that it does, gives you movement speed. Boom. As you can see, it gives you movement speed for a short duration. Another thing to understand is the movement speed only works if you're moving towards a champion. So if I move like this, as you can see, I'm not getting any movement speed. The only way that I can get movement speed is if I move towards a champion when I activate it. So take a look at this. Boom. That's when you get the movement speed for 1.5 seconds. So very important to use this ability while moving towards an enemy champion. Then you'll get the bonus movement speed. Next part. It additionally empowers the next 2 attacks to do an additional 55 plus a percentage of their health damage. Percentage of their max health. So you can already see this champion is really good against tanks. So as you can see, if I use my ability, boom, boom, it deals bonus damage. So boom, boom. You see that? It's basically the same way as his passive. Boom, boom. Both attacks do bonus damage. But this is a basic attack cancel. So take a look at how... Oh, actually, I'll explain that during the combos. Sorry, I'll explain that during the combos. So yeah, boom, boom. You'll do additional damage with your attacks, as you can see. And it's left, right as well. By the way, I think to understand, you have the same range with both attacks. So you don't have to keep range in mind when you use your first ability. Now let's talk about the second ability. Yet again, so much to say, but let me explain it to you simply. As you can see, boom, he deals damage in an area, right? So the first thing to understand is if you hit an enemy, it deals physical damage. But if you hit an enemy in the middle, boom, it deals true damage. I quickly want to interrupt and tell you guys I'm giving away 10 legendary skins this month. All you have to do to enter is put down a comment under this video. Make sure you give this video a like if you're enjoying it. It helps support the channel a lot. So, additional things to understand about this ability. Besides the fact that it deals damage like this, and true damage in the middle, it has another part to it. Passive. Stores 100... Wait, I'm going to put my finger to it so you can see. This. Scores 100% of the damage taken as grit. So I'm going to try to show you right now. I have full build though, so that's a little bit of a problem. So if you see, if I take damage from the turret, boom, you see that white under my HP? You see that white bar? Yeah, you see it. You see it? Yes, you guys can see it. So what does that white bar do? Let me explain to you exactly what it does. It stores grit, and I'm actually going to take the heal so I can show you what it does. When you use your second ability, which is this ability, while you have grit, while you have the white bar under your HP, you'll consume it and build it as a barrier for a few seconds, for 3 seconds. So let me show you. I'm gonna take some damage. Boom, boom, boom. Look, barrier. Boom. You see that? I got a barrier. If you haven't seen it, you have to rewind the video, but I get a barrier. Second thing that it does, it increases my damage. It increases the damage of my second ability. So the more grit I have, the more damage I have taken in the last 4 seconds, the bigger the damage of my next second ability is going to be. As you can see, the normal second ability deals 155 true damage. But if I take some damage from the turret, let's take a look. So from 155 to, boom, 394. And I only had like 20% of my HP as grit. So you can clearly see this is huge, huge, huge. And as you can see, Sett deals a massive punch, dealing 155 plus 42% grit consumed through damage. This is 25% plus 0.1% of your attack damage. So huge, 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 huge if you deal true damage. Absolutely huge. Like instead of dealing 155 damage, I can potentially deal 912 damage, as you can see. 912, guys. I'm gonna repeat, 912. Yeah, enemies that are not in the center take physical damage, which is significantly less than the true damage, of course, right? Because true damage shreds through all the armor. So now let's take a look at the third ability, which is a very interesting ability. Yet again, some text, but I'm going to make it easy for you. Smashes enemy on either side into each other, dealing physical damage and slowing them by 50%. And if Sett grabs at least one enemy on each side, all enemies are stunned for 1 second. Let me show you. So you can hook an enemy like this. Boom, he pulls them towards him, right? As you can see, boom, you pull them towards you. You can pull 2 enemies towards you. As you can see, there is one on each side. There's one below me, there's one behind me and one in front of me. If I do that, boom, you will push them into each other and you will stun them, okay? I'm gonna show you again. So when there's 2, boom, you're gonna stun them. Let's show you again, boom. If there's only one, you don't stun him. I wanna show you something additional about this ability, by the way. As you can see, if I'm like, wait, let me show you. I cannot hit this dummy, right? Like I cannot reach the dummy. But if you actually tilt it a little bit, boom, you see that? You get a little bit more range. These are the secret little things that Riot doesn't want you to know, but of course you're gonna know when you watch it with me. Look at it, like right now, it's like very slight. Let me show you. Come on, wait. I'm not hitting him, you see? But when I do it diagonally, I do hit him. You see that? These are the little things that if you know them all about Sett, it's really good. Again, I'm gonna tell you all the combos later on in the video. You're gonna want to see those combos. Another thing, as I said, when you pull 2 enemies into each other, they get stunned. But if you pull an enemy into a blue buff, for example, he gets stunned as well. So you can pull an enemy into a blue buff or like the big fat brown guy. Wait, let me show you. You can see, boom. You will then also stun them. Another thing to understand about this ability, if an enemy is basic attack range away from you, like this, this is basic attack range. No, this is basic attack range. You can hit them from the side as well. Like it's very close, but you can hit them from the side as well as this one. So if an enemy is from basic attack range away from you, you can hit them from the side, as you can see. That's what I was trying to show you. So again, if he's basic attack range away from you, you will be able to pull them from the side as well. So like this, see that? You're gonna hit 3 enemies if you do it like this, because he's a basic attack range away from me. Even though he's not in front of me or behind me, if it's a basic attack range, you're gonna pull him anyways, okay? Another thing, it doesn't matter even if you pull 3 enemies, if no one is on the other side, you're not gonna stun the enemies. As you can see, you're only going to airborne them. And this stun is actually incredibly important, just so you know, because yeah, it's a stun. Now let's talk about the ultimate, which is the body slam. Boom, boom. Let me tell you a lot about this ultimate. First of all, it's a body slam. You're going to body slam an enemy. You can clearly see the range. You see that circle around me? That's the range of the ultimate. So if an enemy is here, I can hit him. But also if an enemy is here, as you can see, I can hit him. Another thing to understand about this ultimate is it makes you unstoppable. Look, unstoppable. If an enemy tries to stun you and you ult into that enemy, you're gonna go right through it. For example, if a Galio tries to use his 3rd ability into you, right? Like if this is Galio and he tries to engage on me, boom, you're gonna block his 3rd ability and knock him back. So a thing to understand is you can't knock back enemies. As you can see, if I'm standing right here, there's only one way where he's gonna go. It's like you can't aim it. You cannot aim the ultimate. The only way to aim it is to walk to a different place. As you can see, depending on where I'm walking, that's where I'm gonna shoot the dummy. Again, combos are gonna be talked about later on in the video. So a thing to know about the ultimate is you can ult an enemy into a wall. Boom! What this is gonna do is gonna give you max damage per second, which is gonna be very important during the combo part, because I'm just quickly gonna show you boom, 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 boom. You see what I'm trying to say? So instead of all the time that it takes for you to airborne an enemy and land, you can choose to just boom, smash an enemy into a wall. Now another thing that the ultimate can do is use it over a wall, right? Like if an enemy is here, boom and boom, you can ult them over the wall. As you can see, they do have to be pretty close to the wall, as you can see, because I tried to ult that dummy. Wait, let me show you. Like right now I can ult this dummy away from the wall, but it's hard. It's not an easy thing to do. Like the enemy has to be pretty close to the wall for it to work like this. Another thing that the ultimate does, as you can see, your ultimate lands somewhere and it deals damage in a target area. Boom, you see? And the closer you land to an enemy, like if I land this dummy very close to this dummy, it deals more damage. So not only are you gonna knock up an enemy like this, you're gonna deal damage to everyone in that area. You see this big circle? What did I do? What? I think it's working. Yeah. So you see this big circle right there, the big blue circle? You'll do damage in that big blue circle, and you'll do more damage the closer the enemy is to the middle. Another thing to understand about the ultimate, and this is perhaps the single most important thing. I'm actually gonna just show you with my finger. So you slam the ground, you will deal physical damage, 570, depending on what level it is and how much damage you have, blah, blah, blah. But plus 60% bonus health physical damage to surrounding enemies and slowing them. What does this mean? What does this 60% bonus physical damage mean? Let me tell you exactly what it means. So let's take a look at my build right now. Black Cleaver, bonus max health 350. Starix Gauge, bonus max health 400. So that's 750. That is 1000 bonus health, 1300 bonus health. So with this build, I currently have 1300 bonus health. So if an enemy Sett would ult me, he would deal 570 plus 60% of all my bonus max health to the surrounding enemies. And it deals the most damage in the middle. Are you guys understanding what I'm trying to tell you right here? You wanna ult an enemy who is a tank. The more, wait, the minions are finishing the game. The more bonus HP an enemy has, the more damage your ultimate will deal in an area. So this ultimate is going to be insane, like Sett is going to be insanely good against Alistar, for example. Because if an Alistar engages on you, now I'm not sure if this works with the Stone Plate. Like Stone Plate gives you increases your health by 65% or 130%. I don't think it works with Stone Plate because otherwise it would be broken. Because if it works with Stone Plate and you use your ultimate on an Alistar with 130% bonus health, you're gonna one-shot the enemy. But basically, if an enemy has a lot of bonus health, a lot of health items, use your ultimate on that enemy and slam the Alistar on top of all of the enemies like that, as you can see. You'll do so much damage. All right, now let's talk about the combos finally. Let me just remove the dummies real quick. Remove dummies. Place down new dummies. Boom. Boom. It's gonna place down a few dummies, as you can see. So let me show you the combos. Now it gets interesting. First and most importantly, the basic combo with your first ability. The max damage per second. Basic attack, first ability, first ability. See that? Boom, 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 boom. This is like the basic combo. It deals a lot of burst damage, as you can see. So you do basic attack 2 times, then you use your first ability, and your first ability empowers your next 2 basic attacks. So I'm going to show you again. Boom, 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 boom. Simple, right? Now let's talk about some flash combos that you can do. You can combo flash with your second ability. If an enemy is trying to run away, or if you cannot catch up to an enemy, boom, you can just do it like that. And you can use it in the beginning of the second ability or all the way at the end. I recommend doing it at the end because then the enemy is not going to see it coming. So, you can combo it like that or like this, however you like. Comboing your third ability with a flash. Boom! You can combo third ability with flash, guys. And to make it even more interesting, you can even do it over walls. As you can see, you can boom! You see that? Imagine what kinds of engages you can do with that. Imagine you being in a bush like this, and you go in and boom! Or sorry, you go in and boom! You engage on an enemy and pull him like that. Next combo. If you hook an enemy, you can instantly use your second ability to hit them. Boom, like that. It increases your chances dramatically of hitting that enemy. Boom, look, you just instantly click it basically. So you click on your third ability and instant second ability. You see how I'm doing it instantly? It's more reliable if you stun the enemies, by the way. You see, if they're stunned, it's a guaranteed hit. Let me tell you another sick combo, by the way. If you stun the enemies, like look, I'm gonna hook 3 of them here. Let me show you what you can do. The combo is, and this is gonna get pretty advanced, third ability, second ability, flash behind all of them. Let me show you. Did you see and did you follow what I did there? So your third ability pulls the enemy close to each other, but you can only hit, like your second ability is only gonna hit these guys over here. You see that? But if I pull them and do it like this with a flash, you can actually hit all of them. I know this is advanced, but I told you Sett is pretty hard to play. Another thing is using your ultimate with a flash. Let's say I want to ult this guy behind me. I cannot do it like this, of course. So the way that you can do it is flash behind him and ult. You see that? So if I want to ult him behind, you cannot ult flash. That doesn't work, unfortunately, because you become unstoppable. You're even unstoppable for your own flash. But if you want to ult an enemy behind you, boom, boom. That's how you do it. A quick combo as well, by the way. When you're approaching an enemy, you have to be within a certain distance to ult. Of course, this is not always easy to do. So a combo is to use your first ability to get bonus movement speed to get close to an enemy, and then you can ult them. So as you can see, bonus movement speed, you're going to get close very, very easily. Another combo that I have for you guys is if you want to push an enemy behind your team that is pretty far away. Let's say this dummy is far away from me and I want to push him into my enemy. I want to push him into my team, sorry. You use your first ability to get bonus movement speed, flash, and then push them behind you. They're not going to see that coming. So now let's talk about some crazy long combos. Let's say I really want to destroy this guy, right? Basic attack, first ability, third ability, second ability, basic attack. Let me show it to you fast now. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going to repeat. Basic attack, first ability, pull with your third ability, instant second ability. If you want, you can add your ultimate to this as well, by the way. So yeah, your ultimate is a really good engaging tool, just so you know. So let's say this is an Alistar who is super tanky, and there's 3 enemies over here. A good way to engage a fight is, of course, like this. Boom! You will deal so much damage like that. It is absolutely insane. Okay, let me see. I have a lot of combos. Let me see. Yeah, I already showed you that you can use it into a thick wall like this. So you instantly stun it. Oops, that's over the wall. But yeah, you can use it to a thick wall to instantly stun the enemy into the wall. Basic attack, first ability, stun, and then other abilities. That's like, you'll deal so much damage like that. So you can use a thick wall that way. Let me show you again. So basic attack, first ability. You can even do this, and then second ability, and then you can finish them off by pushing them into this wall. So there's just multiple ways to combo him. And let me show you some other stuff, by the way. I don't want to miss anything. I wrote down a lot here. Yeah, so if you want to pull an enemy towards your team, another way to do it is with your third ability, pull an enemy. Wait, let me show it to you on one dummy. Pull an enemy, walk behind him, and then push him in. Let me show it to you the fast way. Pull, but walk behind and ult instantly back. You have to be fast with this one though, because enemy can actually flash away. As you can see, the enemy does have a small duration to flash away, because he's only going to be knocked up, because you're not going to stun if you only pull one enemy. So pull, go behind him and knock them back. Of course, if there's 2 enemies, it's reliable. Yet again, like as you can see, if I hit 2 enemies, boom, he's going to be stunned, and I have more than enough time to pull him back. I'm going to show you again. Boom, boom. He's stunned, so he cannot do anything. That's the thing. So very, very important combos. I think I told you everything that I wanted to know. basic attack, boom, boom, pull, this. Yeah, I told you everything. Like, there's obviously more combos that you can do. There's like a million different combos that you can do with him. But yeah, this is basically the important combos to understand. Let's go to the build part of the video. Man, this video was long, but I told you, I warned you guys already because it's really hard to play this champion. So for the build, it gets very interesting. I want to tell you though, this is only the first day of Sett being out, so the build is subject to change, right? Because the build might change. This is the first day. This is me just giving you guys a build that I think will work. So Sett is going to work with Black Cleaver, but Sett is also going to work with a Trinity Force. I assume Sett is basically going to be similar to Darius. If you're against a squishy enemy, you go for Trinity Force. It's going to be really strong, especially to combo with your first ability. However, if you're against tanks, you go for a Black Cleaver. Yet again, your first ability especially is really good at shredding armor because it hits the enemy very fast. There is another item of interest that you can go for first item, which is a Blade of the Ruined King. Blade of the Ruined King is basically there for maximum damage. If you really want to play hard carry Sett, that's when you build the Blade of the Ruined King. I don't really recommend it. I mean, maybe it's good. We don't know yet, but Blade of the Ruined King, then you can build the Black Cleaver, Starrick's Gauge, blah, 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 right? With that, you're going to do much more damage, but you're going to be squishier. But let's take the Black Cleaver build as an example. So yeah, you start with a Black Cleaver or Trinity Force. Second item is going to be a Starrick's Gauge. This is like the perfect item for him. Then third item, completely situational. Like, it really depends. Death Stance is especially a good item on Sett, and the reason that it's a good item is because your second ability, when you build up the crit, when you take damage from an enemy and you build up the crit, when you use your second ability, it's going to give you a barrier for 3 seconds. This barrier is going to allow you to tank up that 30% damage for free, right? It's going to be free tanking. So if you're really good at using that second ability in a team fight, then Death Stance is going to be a really nice item for Sett. Deadman's Plate is good because it helps him with the first ability, because momentum grants you up to 50 movement speed, and his first ability gives him 30% bonus movement speed. This obviously skills with the Deadman's Plate, which is going to make you even faster trying to catch up to an enemy. So if you have a hard time catching up to an enemy, Deadman's Plate is your big friend right here. You have tons of different items that you can go for on him, really, like especially in the defense section. Guardian Angel is an amazing item on him. Situational items like, I don't know, Abyssal Mask, Frozen Heart's actually not good, never mind. Force of Nature, you can go for so much. Spirit Visage if you have a healing support. Random's Omen to block crit. You can just go for so much. So yeah, it becomes completely situational. Then the runes, Conqueror. If you're against a ranged matchup like Lucian, Vayne, Teemo, you go for Fleet Footwork, because otherwise you're gonna get destroyed in your lane. Second rune, Triumph. It's really, really good for the late game. I mean, you can go for, I guess, a champion rune, because Sett is good in the early game. He has a lot of damage in the early game. I personally don't like the champion rune, that's why I don't recommend it. So Triumph is just really good for him as a bruiser. Third rune depends. Hunter Titan if the enemy has a lot of CC. However, keep in mind, your ultimate allows you to block CC. And enemies CC is not gonna cancel your second ability. That's also a good thing to know. So CC is not much of a problem for Sett, but if you really want it, of course you can get the Hunter Titan. Otherwise, I recommend an Adaptive Carapace to destroy your enemy in the early game. And now for your fourth rune, Hunter Genius, Sweet Tooth you can go for, but he doesn't have mana, so questionable. Hunter Genius, meh. Like, whatever. These runes kind of suck for him, but you can just go for whatever you want here, to be honest. For your spells, you go for Ignite and Flash. So that was it for the Sett guide. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really hope that I taught you guys how to play Sett. Oh, wait. For your enchantment, it's completely situational, by the way. The boots that you go for, either Mercury Threads, Plated Steel Caps, whatever you feel like you need. You can even go for Glutinous Greaves if you want to have the healing. Proto Belt to catch up to an enemy. This one is going to be exceptionally good on Sett, to catch up to an enemy, to use your third ability or your ultimate. This one is going to be exceptionally good. I'm pretty sure Protobot is going to be like the go-to. Stasis is of course nice if you need it. However, keep in mind his ultimate makes him unstoppable, which doesn't really make stasis that necessary, but yeah, I'm just telling you guys that you can go for it. So yeah, now that is the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.